Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam, and today I'm going to talk to you about why it's important to prune your fig trees. I have two fig trees behind me here. Both of them are brown turkey. The one on this side is about 15 feet in the center of the tree. Absolutely no reason to have let it get this tall. All of the figs are on this year's growth. In the foot of growth or so that I got this year, since April, it's about July now as I'm shooting this, and some of the figs are starting to mature. I can't reach 85% of the figs that are on this tree. It really needed to be cut over the years to probably about 4 feet in height in the late winter. And then you'd get that foot or 2 feet of growth on it, and your figs would be about head high right now. Instead, you would need a ladder to get up in here. It's got beautiful figs on it. There's really just no point to the bottom 10 feet of growth or so of this tree. It really is going to just need to be almost sawed off this winter. It's going to be so extreme now that I'm in all likelihood going to not get as many figs for a couple years as it recovers from that. The fig tree on this side of me is a great example of what happens when you don't prune your fig tree for a prolonged period of time. We had some ice this winter that got on this tree, and it's actually cracked it open. It bent the whole tree over and then cracked it open in the middle. I've lost massive limbs on this tree. It still has some figs on it, but it's back to square one with this tree. This tree is going to need to be cut probably down to 3 feet in height or so to try to get it to recover from this. So this is another reason why you definitely need to prune them. They can actually be very badly damaged in the wintertime with any kind of ice or snow, or even heavy wind event could have caused this as well. Here's the close-up of where this tree has actually been just absolutely pulled from the ground, cracked open, and is all leaning off to the right. Even the pieces here are still 12 feet up there. Beautiful figs up there. Don't know how I'm going to get them, but they are beautiful figs. But again, this tree is just going to have to be cut down to about 3 feet, as is the other one. The other one is very healthy. It's got a beautiful trunk down at the bottom, but again, it just keeps going up and up and up. And like I say, it's probably 15 feet in the middle. And you can see these absolutely beautiful figs all over this tree. And I'll get lots of them off of it, but it'd certainly be easier if they were down around head height. Like I was saying, all the figs are in this year's growth about a foot back. If I had this tree under control, after these figs were picked and finished, I would take this limb back right here to that main branch and cut it right there. And next year, I'd probably get a side branch maybe here that would come out, maybe a foot, and I'd get the figs on the other side of that branch. In all likelihood, it'd be very easy. Like I say, I've got to do major surgery to these, but I want to give you an example of how you would prune a smaller plant. Would just be really to take the growth from this year off of it. Once you're at the height where you want to maintain it, it will take several years to get there. I get this question all the time about why isn't my fig plant growing? It takes 4 or 5 years to reach the point where you're going to get a big harvest of figs. It's just not very typical of a fig to just go in the ground and take off very quickly. So I would always expect it to take 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 years to get a big harvest. And at that point, you're going to start your every late winter pruning to try to prevent what's happened here to these plants from either getting too large or, like this one over here, actually being damaged by its own size. The first few years your figs are in the ground, really all you need to do is tip prune them. Just take the very tip of each branch off in the late winter. That will create some additional branching that following spring. Once your plant gets up into that 4, 5, 6 foot height range, every late winter before it starts leafing out, take it down to about 4 feet in height. That should be ideal. Your figs will end up about head high. So thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about pruning figs. Thanks again.